Hi, sir. Welcome to our project.
Hi.
Today we have some questions to you about Pennsylvania.
Wonderful.
If you want, my friends can start.
Great, thank you.
Yes. Is Pennsylvania a safe place?
Yeah, it is a safe place. I'm not up on the current crime statistics, of course, but unless you're in a major city, every major city has some parts that, are subject to crime. But overall, it is a very safe place to live, especially where I'm from, which is a small town.
What's the most biggest problem in the Pennsylvania?
The biggest problem, that's a good question. I don't know, maybe education, the education system, not specifically to Pennsylvania, but just in general. Maybe there are some unemployment issues. In some part of Pennsylvania, there are some mining jobs, old jobs like dealing with coal and things like that, dealing with fossil fuels that are kind of going the way of the dodo. So maybe those, but it's been a long time since I lived there actually, so thank you.
What is Pennsylvania famous for?
Cheesesteaks. It's a sub. Well, as far as food goes, that's what it's famous for. Pennsylvania cheesesteaks. It's meat with melted cheese. It's very simple, but it's very delicious. There are also some historic things in Pennsylvania. For example, Philadelphia, the largest city in Pennsylvania, was the original capital of the United States of America. So there's a lot of historical places there. The Declaration of Independence was signed in Pennsylvania at what we call Independence Hall. So yeah, it has a lot of history. Thank you.
So if we go to Pennsylvania, which places would you suggest to me or to my family to visit as a holiday?
Sure. It's not exactly a holiday destination. I mean, there aren't beaches. It's not on the coast, but there are some, like I said, some historical places, like where the Declaration of Independence was signed. There's what we call the Liberty Bell, which is a big bell that's got a crack in it, which I don't know the entire story behind, but it's one of those things. It's a symbol of Pennsylvania. But there are also some natural areas too that are very beautiful.
The most famous thing is?
I would say Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Thank you.
As I know, the Amish people live there in Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Have you ever encountered with them? If you, what did you experience?
Not directly. Like I've never spoken with an Amish person, but I have passed them on the road. So they, of course, well, if you don't know, they resist technology. So they don't use cars. They don't use electricity, as far as I know. So they were on what we call a horse and buggy, or a horse with a carriage behind it. So they're driving on the side of the road, and you have to go past them. Other than that, I have eaten some of their foods. They have really good home-cooked, handmade foods, pies, cakes, things like that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Which one is the most interesting and exciting thing in Pennsylvania about you?
For me, well, for me personally, I really like sports, so there are a lot of good sports teams in Pennsylvania. The Philadelphia 76ers, there are a couple baseball teams, the Philadelphia Phillies, the Pittsburgh Steelers are one of the most famous American football teams. So maybe the sports scene, especially for American football, there are a lot of good football players who have come from Pennsylvania. Thanks.
What's your favorite activity in Pennsylvania?
I would say just being with my family and friends. It's just, there's no place like home. So even if I'm just going for a drive, I would say maybe going for a drive on a nice summer or spring day in my car with the windows down. That might be my favorite activity. Real simple. Thank you.
Is there any homophobia or racism problems in Pennsylvania?
In Pennsylvania? Well, sure. There are some conservative areas, some areas that are more prone to bigotry like that, unfortunately. Luckily, I was raised, I would say, the right way. My parents were very progressive, and even though there wasn't a lot of diversity in our area, my parents still, taught us to respect anyone, regardless of their, race, sexual preference, anything like that. So, thank you. Any other questions, guys?
Thanks for participating in our project idea.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
Thanks for answering our questions.
You're welcome. And I guess your question is, can we go to break time?
Sir, do you prefer Pennsylvania or Samsung?
I love both for different reasons. Really, I do. So I have, part of my heart is in Turkey and in Samsun. My wife and my new Turkish family are in Samsun and in Turkey. And, of course, my biological family is in America as well. Yeah, my home. Yeah, you know how it is. So I can't say one or the other. I love both. How's that?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.